Welcome to Barcelona, home of the world's oldest construction project. We are only in port for 2 days, so we need to make it count. Join me as we explore the city. We'll be leaning into the mosaic culture of Barcelona pretty heavy, making our own mosaics, and then on day 2, going to Park Güell. But first, let's stop at a local bakery and fuel up with some delicious snacks.
Tomato with cheese, basil?
Tomato cheese, yes.
Si. Perfecto. To go.
Only one?
Sí. Y una caramel sauce coconut. ¿Cómo se dice?
Coconut. Poquito.
Coquito.
Poquito.
Y uno es tiramisú.
Y un tiramisú. Muy bien.
Es todo.
And now that we've got some delicious snacks, it's on to make our very own mosaics. Walking through the streets of Barcelona is a fun experience, and on a nice hot day, the shade is very welcome. But I do wonder how people made it around this city before GPS right on your phone. I was on it the entire time as we were walking, figuring out where we were going.
Yep. Mom's leading the way. She knows where she's going. Now we'll turn that left. And then the next left.
Turn left onto Cardel's Assagnadors.
Mosaics, I see it.
Like if you choose 1 hour, the size is this. If you choose 1 hour, 2 hours, the size will be like this. We have different materials, like a different cosmos. So you can choose whatever you want.
So this would be like a 1 hour, and this would be like a 2 hour, or
A bit bigger.
a bit bigger. Is this like a 2 hour?
When traveling, if you enjoy immersing yourself in the local culture, activities like mosaic making are a perfect choice. Another great option is taking a cooking class where you can learn to prepare traditional recipes. What I like most about the mosaic making is it's both hands-on and a unique experience that takes a souvenir home with you. Pause the video now if you'd like information on where we went to do mosaics on your next trip to Barcelona.
That's what you see just right there. With the name Güell, G-U-E-L-L. Why do I say Güell and not Güell? The diéresis, the 2 dots on the U, right? That's a Catalan last name. Residential state. A gated community, services for those residing here, grounds for those enjoying it, beautiful landscaping, and of course the idea of people eventually residing in these grounds. But things did not work. Okay? So we switch all the time from Spanish to Catalan, back to Spanish, back to Catalan. If we English every now and then, yeah. We speak something called Catañol, what is a weird mix of Catalá y Español, okay? It's like the version of Spanglish from around here. We just throw a couple words in one language and then one another comes another language. It sounds beautiful, okay? Yeah. So in any case, Catalan is very close to French. You know, when you say please, you say si us plau, s'il vous plaît. When you say gracias, you can say mercés, or merci, it's more colloquial, merci. So it's similar, let's not forget, we share a border with France, so of course.
It's like mosaic rock.
Assume that all the links of the chain weight the same. That's going to describe a curve. A curve that if you invert becomes the most efficient arch in engineering. The one that by definition requires the least material. So imagine, Antoni Gaudí is striving for curvy and efficient. Okay? Actually, each one of these arches is one single structure that is self-sustainable. So how does it work? The sides creates one single structure, and then, very, very simple, you know, individual structures, okay? And an even weight distribution on top. Actually, the viaducts was the way preferred by Antoni Gaudí to connect the Park Güell north, south, east, west. Of course, Antoni Gaudí was a nature lover and said that You need to listen to nature, because it's an open book. We all need to read nature. And then nature will tell you the answer. And nature does not draw straight lines. Nature is all curvy lines. So you see the house right here? That was the house, and people would be able to walk inside and get a feel of how it is living in Park Güell, right? So you can buy a house there. No, it did not fall. Nature finds a way. Nature finds a way, right? At one point, they built the viaduct around the tree, and the tree knew where the light was coming from. Where the light coming from? Here, so we're ready to go. In what direction?
So cool.
This way. So the tree adapted to the environmental conditions, right? And most importantly, this tree pet. From Uruguay as a pet. The lower part of the Ramblas used to be a pet market. Okay. We have one of these sizes. Why? Because we don't have 19 columns like the original temple of Apollo. We have 86 columns plus they light up the place.
The hooks?
Exactly right. Oil chandeliers on the hooks, and that is glass coated ceramic tile. Cerámica vitrificada. So it reflects the light like a disco ball. How cool is that?
That's really cool.
And look, Gaudí was a genius because Gaudí designed a water collection system.
Gaudí's genius is on full display throughout Barcelona, and one place you absolutely shouldn't miss is Park Güell. Whether you're in town for a week or just passing through for a day, it's well worth the visit. The vibrant mosaics and whimsical architecture and stunning views over the city really make this trip something to remember. We usually prefer exploring independently instead of doing guided tours, but for this one, we decided to try the tour, and I'm so glad we did. It gave us so much more content and history that we would have missed on our own. The guide really brought the park to life, and my whole family walked away with a deeper appreciation for both the space and brilliant mind behind it. Antonio Gaudí.
Performance by a disciple of Richard Wagner that was inspired on the Central European tale of right? And what are these? The gingerbread houses. So
Hopefully I make it back to Barcelona to see another of Gaudí's masterpieces, La Sagrada Familia. There's so much more of his work to explore, and each piece tells its own incredible story. Thanks for joining me on this adventure through Park Güell. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories about travel. Let me know in the comments if you've been to Barcelona, or if you have any questions about an upcoming trip. Until next time, safe travels, and see you in the next one.